Hey guys, this is Royal Allen here to get you started with Quick Simple Missions 1.1. Let's get it going. The first thing that we want to do here is click on up top at the Quick Simple Missions toolbar, and we want to go to Mission Builder. Now the first thing we want to do here is add in the master controller. The master controller basically determines whether or not a mission has been completed successfully, and if so, we'll load a new level either by automatically or by a trigger. So let's say in a level where you have a door that the player must exit through after all the missions are complete, you will put your trigger by the door and the player will enter through the door. So let's get started. After building our master control open world, we can review it here and see that we have a bool option to load level immediately after we complete missions, or load level with a trigger, as I mentioned earlier, with like a door. And then the level you want to load, you can type it into the input field here. But for now, I'm just going to leave this. Hey guys, let's get started on our travel mission. Now the first thing we want to do is click Quick Simple Missions toolbar, open the mission builder, and we want to add the travel mission controller to the scene. After doing that, we have some options that we can look at here. And the first thing we want to do is notify the player during gameplay that they completed the mission. So I'm going to click yes on this bool and set it to true. And now I need access to notify game object. So here I'll type in notify. As you can see there, we have it. And this is the information that we're getting on our canvas. Now, we can set what our player is doing in the mission with the mission info. So I am going to say, let's walk along the cube. Go. Okay, now this information will appear on the canvas. Now, we need to set how it's going to appear on the canvas by selecting what text it's going to be using. So let's go ahead and click on the text. And now I'm going to type in travel mission. And as you can see there, the information comes up. That's what we want. So I'm going to press enter. And with that information set up now we need to set up our triggers so the mission knows that it's being completed. So the next step that we can take here is go to mission item in the toolbar, and we're going to look for travel trigger, which is the first one, and we're going to create that. Now all your mission items that you have will appear at the transform 000 in the world. So now that I got my trigger in here, I'm going to go ahead and create the cube that we're going to walk down, so the player can pretty much know where they're going. Gonna make that and scale it out. I'm going to set it so my player can directly walk along it. There we go. Okay, now that I got that set up, now I'm going to go to my travel mission trigger. I'm going to bring it along here. I'm going to go ahead and scale that up. And this first travel trigger here will be my starting point. So I'm going to select the option starting point bool on that and set that to true. Okay, the next thing I need to do is duplicate these cubes to save ourselves some time. So I'm going to hit Control D, and I'm going to duplicate the object that we need to duplicate, which is the trigger here. Okay, after duplicating that, I'm going to move it on down, and I'm going to create another one as well. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my middle one here, and I'm going to unclick start it, and I'm going to click halfway, because this is our halfway point for the player. And now I'm going to click for this one, I'm going to click started and I'm going to click finished. And now we're just going to review everything over our travel mission controller. And if you want to reward the player, you can. But for now, I'm just going to start the mission. After hitting play, and we can see here, if we press escape, we can view our missions during runtime. Let's walk along the cube. Okay, now I'm going to press L to resume the game. Now if we walk to our triggers here, you'll see along during the travel mission script over here to the right that the player is beating the mission. After the player beats the mission, you see that the player gets notified that they completed the mission. Now, hitting escape again and clicking on missions, we'll see that nothing shows up. This is because the player has completed the missions. And that's how to set up a travel mission controller.